Completed all of the calorie per gram calculations for every one of your trials. Now what we want to do is want to get into some group statistics, some population statistics. So we want to be able to compare your two food groups. How do cashews compare to peanuts or Cheetos to Skyflakes or whatever? First thing that we're going to do is we're going to calculate an average or mean for the group. So again, we're going to use the calculation function for Google Sheets to our advantage here. Equals, and we just type in the word average. We need to open the parentheses because we're going to select the different values to average. In this case, I click, hold, drag, pick all the values for one population, close parentheses, enter. My mean is done. Now, if you get a bunch of weird decimal places here, you can adjust it so that it's whole number. If you've got a bunch of decimals, we want whole number will be consistent with our calories per gram there. So the decimal placing is going to stay the same. I'm going to do the exact same thing here, equals average, if I can spell correctly. Select these three cells, enter, done. There's my two averages. So you can see that cashews have a higher mean value than peanuts. Okay, that's takeaway number one. Second thing is, apart from just the average values, we want to know some information about, imagine we didn't just measure 3. If we were to measure all the cashews in the bag, how would those cashew values be distributed throughout that group of cashews, given that every cashew is not identical? So that's what the standard deviation is going to measure, the variation, which we talked about last class, within a population. So this is real easy. Equals STD, you don't want that, but you do want STDEV. Open parentheses, again select all your raw values from one population. Enter. Do it again. Equals STDEV, open parenthesis, pick your values, hit enter, and we're done. So we've got means, we've got standard deviations. Those are the two most common population statistics that we're going to use in bio, and that's going to allow us to compare these two populations to each other more quantitatively. So here we can see larger standard deviation for cashews compared to peanuts. And if we look at these values, that should make sense. We've got really low value, lower than any of the peanuts, and way higher than any of the peanuts. So a huge amount of variation here. Even in this group, there's still quite a bit of variation, which is why this is still a sizable standard deviation. So both groups are quite variable. All right, that's it for video number 2. Go ahead and calculate means and standard deviations for your populations, and then you can analyze that data a little bit. In the third